What's going on, guys? My name is Jack, and this is another episode of Talking Ball. And today we will be profiling Nique Clifford, the fifth-year player from Colorado State. He had really a tremendous past two seasons and started, it really got him going, strangely enough, with Cody Williams deciding to commit to Colorado. And you might be wondering why I'm starting there. And it's because that decision led Nique Clifford to decide he wanted to transfer out of Colorado, and he wound up at Colorado State, which is the best thing that ever happened to his basketball career. Nique Clifford had a tremendous senior season last year with Colorado, and his fifth year in college basketball was just absolutely outstanding. And I'll get to the stats later. But we've got some highlights here from March Madness that are going to show the versatility. That's the number one word that I think of when I think of Nique Clifford. The ability to do it all. He's 6'6", the 6'8" wingspan, 200 pounds. In this area, which we've seen the last two plays, the mid-range game, is where Nique really improved a ton this past season. You know, without Stevens there, the point guard from last year, he really had to develop more of his game, and he sure did. He's not only a good scorer, which he averaged 19 points a game, a heck of a score. He's a great rebounder, almost 10 rebounds a game at 6'6". Not the biggest team, Colorado State, but still, that's a very impressive number. Almost 4.5 assists per game and a steal. But the thing I like about Nique Clifford is that he really emerged as a leader this year for this Colorado State team, as a guy who led them back to the NCAA tournament. They were a buzzer beater away from advancing to the Sweet 16. They would have been the only mid-major school to do so. And not only is Nique Clifford really versatile offensively, he is also defensively. He can guard multiple positions. You saw just there, he blocked a three-pointer. I've seen 3 or 4 times in games where he's blocked threes. He can really guard 2 through 4, some 4s, some 1s probably, but certainly 2s and 3s. He's a good wing defender. At 6'6", he's got good size. I really like Nique Clifford. I think he's a guy who, when we get to, closer to the draft, I think this guy's a first-round pick. I think we're starting to see that consensus form among mock drafts. I think he's going to go somewhere in the mid to late teens to mid-20s. I don't think he's even a back end of the first round guy at this point. I really do think he's legit. The only questions you have with Nique Clifford, really, as we look at the stats here, come down to age and the productivity that he had this past season and even the year before that. And the reason why that even matters is because he's 23 years old. So he's a little bit older than most of the draft prospects we're looking at, especially this year, where I wouldn't be surprised if 12 or 13 of the first of the lottery picks are freshmen. And so I understand that juxtaposition that we're looking at, but I also think you're talking about a guy who took advantage of an opportunity. He was a role player at Colorado. He got a chance to really take steps these past 2 years and expand his role and really showcased his ability. And I think Nique Clifford has a chance to play a number of years in the NBA, like a 8 to 12 year career. I just think he's a really solid player. Like I said, the number one word, versatility. I really just think he can do a bit of everything. That's where I think he's going to go. I'm curious, what do you guys think about Nique Clifford? What other prospects have you been looking at as we get a little bit closer to the 2025 NBA draft? Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.